Welcome back to SnowRunner, y'all, and welcome back, of course, to another episode of the Small Town RP. Now, we are out here on a, frankly, beautiful morning out here in the driveway, and if y'all remember from some of the prior episodes, our neighbor a few houses down, or one of our neighbors, I should say, a few houses down, has an LBZ Duramax that hasn't moved in quite a while. Now, they actually called me up, and they were like, hey, I don't really want to work on this thing anymore. It needs some work, but if you want to buy it, you can have it. And I was like, well, I don't know if I want to buy another truck right now. How much do you want for it? And they said they wanted $6,000. And I was like, oh, so you're basically just giving this thing away. Okay. So essentially what we need to do is we need to take the Can-Am off of the trailer. We need to hook our trailer up. We need to get on over there and get that thing. And then we need to see if we can fix it. The only issue is it doesn't start. So that's going to be a little bit of a challenge, and we're going to have some diagnosing work to do. But again, they're only asking $6,000 for the thing. And so I'm like, yeah, we need to pick that up. So let's ease you off the trailer. I think we might have to park the Can-Am on the rock. Give me just a quick second. I love how we've got this rock right here to park our Can-Am on. You know what? It's like one of those displays outside of like a power sports dealership where they're like, hey, why don't we park this ATV or this side-by-side up on a fake rock to make it look like that's what you're gonna do with it the second you get it home. I don't know. That I don't know why that just came out, but it's like I always have to laugh when I drive by like an ATV or UTV dealership and like there's a bunch of fake rocks and all of their stuff is parked up on top of fake rocks. And I'm like, all right, let's make our way on out of the house. And now we got to go pick this truck up because this thing, you know, it's going to need, like I said before, it's going to need some work. It's not perfect, but I think it's still going to be a really good deal. And even if we don't want to keep it, we can just fix it and sell it. So it's kind of a win-win either way. Now, there it is. And it looks like it is a, let's see, it's a 4-door long bed single wheel truck. So it's an interesting spec. It's an interesting setup in general. So what we're going to do is we're going to get everything situated here, and then we're going to see how bad, or maybe not all that bad, the repair situation is going to be. So let's walk on over and take a look at it. So let's see. It looks like we're dealing with pretty much, like, not much lift. I mean, it's got some upgraded suspension pieces, but it's not really lifted all that much over stock. It's got some nice forces on it, though. And what are these tires? These look like like a Nitto Trail Grappler. They look fairly new-ish. It's got an aftermarket steering wheel. It's got a nice dash, though. It's not really beat up at all on the interior. Now, I know they said it wouldn't start. It should crank, but I don't know if it'll start. Let's see. Yeah, it'll crank, but it won't actually fire up. So, oh, I guess it comes with the hitch too, huh? Wow, they really want to get rid of this thing, huh? They must be, like, really not interested in fixing it up. Now, let's see. So, wow, we might actually be able to do something with that long bed configuration too, because that looks like it could hold a lot of stuff. We might actually be able to get some work done with this thing once we fix it. So let's get that trailer backed into the driveway and we'll get this thing up on it. And after quite a bit of back and forth with the winch and the trailer and moving things around and making sure nothing was going to smash into anything else, we finally got it up there. And we can actually haul it out to the shop and see why it won't start. Now, thankfully, it will crank. It just won't actually start up and run. So it's hopefully gonna be something simple. Hopefully it's not something that's like super over the top and like will take forever to fix. I'm crossing my fingers that it might actually just be something simple like, you know, I don't know, maybe, who knows? Maybe it could have been like a rodent, like, ate part of the wiring harness or something. It's one of those things where you never know what can happen to, especially a truck like that after it just sits, and sits in a driveway for like a good while. I don't know how long it's been sitting there. I didn't ask. The price was so good I didn't bother. But I probably should have asked how long it had been sitting there, but, you know, don't worry about it. Send it, I suppose. There are a lot of things that I do where I'm just like, I don't know, send it, I guess. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like that could be both a good thing and a bad thing sometimes. Like, Somebody's like, why are you doing blah, 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 like XYZ? And I'm like, send it. All right, let's see if we can bring you around to the garage door, get you lined up. And if all goes well, I want to drive that thing home. I don't know if I'm going to be able to today, but let's see. All right, got you backed up to the garage door. We're going to go ahead and unpack it. And then now, let's go ahead and wheel you on into the garage. Boom. So let's go through this thing and see what it's actually got done to it, see what's on it. So let's see. It's got an upgraded engine package, so pretty much like a tow tune. Nothing too crazy, but definitely good. While we're in here, we could even turn it up again. We could turn it up to sort of the hot tune if we want to. I'm back and forth about it. I mean, I've been running a tow tune on most of my trucks, so with this one, I might go a little wild. I might go a little crazy with this one. Let's see what happens. Now, gearbox-wise, we got a balanced gearbox in it right now. There's a couple of different tune options. We got highway, logging, off-road. Probably highway for this build, because obviously it's still going to have its low-range gears. It's just going to have that extra additional highway gear, which is nice to have sometimes. Now, there's a lot of different options for what we can do with these adjustable coilovers, and I'm kind of split, right? Like, we can even slam it to the ground if we want to, make it a street truck. Now, probably won't do that, but I'm thinking we might do something along the lines of like the stock tow. So we'll turn up the height just a little bit, so we got a little bit more tire clearance and a little bit more support for pulling trailers. Now, I was correct actually when I guessed that these were trail grapplers, so I'm actually a little bit happy with myself for that. There's a lot of different options we could go with on this thing, but I think, you could also upgrade to a 39. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I feel like the 39, like, it would be cool. Oh, God, you can go all the way up to, like, a 47 if you really want to. I think I might stick with the 35s, but we'll swap out the trail grapplers for a set of pit bulls because I think those look really, really good. And then frame add-ons-wise, you got a bunch. We're going to throw... Well, am I going to be pulling goosenecks with this? I don't know. We might throw that in there a little bit later. We got antennas as an option. We got a bed cap that we can do, but I want to be able to use the bed, so I'm not going to do that. Oh, wow. I'm surprised they had parts like this just laying around the shop. That's sick. I might do, just for, like, utility's sake, I might throw a custom bumper on it. And then, let's see, you could do some, like, fender flares, but I don't really like those. Like, there's nothing wrong with them, but, like, they're not exactly in the same style that I'm going for with this truck. I really like the rack, though. Let's see, rack for the bed cap, toolbox. The toolbox is definitely, like, really good for utility's sake, but it's gonna rob us of a little bit of bed space. Bumper weight, which we're not gonna worry about right now. Hood stack left, hood stack right, diamond stacks in the bed. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. We can do a lot with this thing. Curved stacks. I think I might, as crazy as it would be for a street truck, I mean, we've got the other truck for, air quotes, practicality. Let's throw a hood stack on this thing. I mean, why not? Like I said, send it, right? I don't know if I want to swap out the wheels or not. Oh, we could do the specialties, though. Let's go ahead and throw some specialties on it. Now, do we want to keep that paint job, or do we want to go for something a little bit different? I'm thinking about maybe going for, like, red, but my other truck has red already, so it's not a red truck, but it's got red accents on it, so I think we'll do, I even like the gray, the silver, like, I'm down for all of it. I think what we might do is I might go for a really nice blue, like a really, really nice blue, and now, let's see what we can do with this thing. And by the way, they did figure out what was going on with the engine issue. It was, like, chewed up wires. But, this thing is nuts. This thing is absolutely gnarly looking. Let's fire it up and see what it's like to drive. And now that we've also got a different engine and transmission tune, I want to take this thing out to the street and do a couple of boosted launches and see what it's like. You can definitely tell it's on a much hotter tune than it was before. Oh, wow. Oh my God. Okay, I haven't even really gotten on it yet. I'm just, like, creeping out of here at half throttle. and this thing wants to go. It wants to shred. Let me make my way out to the main road, and we'll pull it around. All right, let's see what this thing will do. 3, 2, 1, go. It's quick. It's not, you know, tear the road out from underneath itself quick, but it's very quick. Like, definitely quicker than what we need, for sure. Okay, yeah, I mean, like, if we're gonna be running errands around town in this thing, we'll definitely get them done quickly. I mean, can you imagine? Like, your trip to Tractor Supply would be over and done in half the time. That's exactly why you need a 1,000 horsepower Duramax. I mean, why else? Why else? So you can get the Tractor Supply run done in literally half the time. All right, so what we're gonna do with this thing is, I think, now that we've tested it and made sure it works properly, we're gonna drive it home. Well, actually, no, we're not gonna drive it home. We're gonna trailer it home, and I'll tell you why. The main reason we're gonna trailer it home is because I wanna make sure that that both of the trucks get home. I don't wanna have to, like, come back out here and get the other one. As much as I want to drive this thing home, I'm gonna tow it back, and then we'll drive it more when we do some more errands around town. All in all, though, I'm very happy with how everything turned out on that truck, and especially considering the absolute steal of a deal that we got it for. Yeah, I am so glad that we've added it to our fleet. Now, I'm kind of trying to go back and forth on what I want to use it for, though. Like, do I want to use it for hauling things around in the bed? Do I want to pull trailers with it? Do I want to use it as, like, just kind of a extra supporting rig that I don't use very often? Like, I'm very back and forth on what I want to do with that truck, so let me know in the comment section down below what role in my fleet you think it should fill, because honestly, like, now that we've gotten it into a place where, I mean, it looks great, it goes great, it sounds great, there's really nothing that we can't do with it, so we're kind of, like, across the board just open. It's like whatever we want to do with it, we have the ability to. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing parked up. We're going to get the trailer parked up, and then we're going to see what we can do next as far as getting back to work, because we've been doing a lot of stuff lately. We've been doing a lot of, like, we bought the side-by-side, we bought this truck, we fixed it up. We kind of need to get back to doing some work. But with that being said and done, y'all, if y'all enjoyed this episode of the Small Town RP, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see y'all next time.